loan to start a business. Rockford says the money wasn't a loan, it was an investment.
Mr. Morris, you and Mr. Bona were in a relationship several years ago, and you claim that you made a loan to him. He was starting up a new business. You want that money back. How much did you loan him?
$5,000, Your Honor.
Mr. Bona says that this was never a loan. This was an investment that you made in his business. I've read your papers very carefully. I want you to tell me when you gave him the money and tell me about the circumstances surrounding you giving him the money.
Okay. I met him in 1998, and July 23rd, 1999, I was over at Rocky's house, and we discussed a loan about him creating some software. So I went home, got the money, and put it in the bank. Jim came with me. So I do have a witness. I have the receipt because he gave me a deposit slip, and that was the circumstances of the loan. And I did want it back. It was never a gift.
He didn't say it was a gift. All right, now you tell me your end, Mr. Bona, and then I'll make a judgment. Go ahead.
All right, Your Honor. First of all, this is really not about money. It's about relationship issues.
Let me hear about the money first.
Okay.
You worry about the relationship. I'll worry about the money.
I was working for a company, and Janice here was with me when I was talking to the marketing guy about how the company was going to try to solicit investors for this software. She got excited about it and wanted to invest in it. I said, great. First of all, it's not my company, and she dealt with them directly, not I.
I did not, Your Honor.
Where did you put the money?
I did not take the money, Your Honor. She put it in the company herself.
Put it in your account.
I put it in his account. He gave me a deposit slip, and I put it in the bank in St. Cloud because he lives in Ham Lake, which is 60 miles away or so.
Well, did the money eventually find its way to your account, sir?
Not to me personally, no. Your
To whom?
I have a receipt.
Shh. To whom?
To the corporation I was working for.
Okay. Were you a shareholder in this corporation?
No.
Did they go out of business?
Correct.
When did they go out of business?
2000.
I was never notified. He never kept me informed about any business loan. It was not a business loan. It was
Sure it
personal.
was. You want to know why it was, Mr. Morris? And I'm going to tell you why. Because I read your complaint very carefully. This is what you said in your complaint. We discussed from the beginning that I would not get any money back for at least 2 or 3 years because that is how long he expected it would take to make a profit.
But
that's what you wrote. Bert, that is right, isn't it?
But after 2 years, he didn't even try to pay me back.
right.
He never called.
He doesn't. Listen to me. Listen to me.
Whatsoever.
This is what you wrote in your complaint, Mr. Morris. So this was money, whether it was an investment or a loan. It is clear to me that the intention was that you would get your money back when the company made a profit.
That was
Here are your words. I'm going to read them again, Mr. Morris.
That way.
I'm going to read them again. We discussed from the beginning that I would not get my money back for at least 2 years because that is how long he expected it would take to make a profit.
Yeah, if he would call me up, keep me informed, and let me know what's going on. He never did anything like that.
Hey, it's your money, so you've got to be smart enough to call him.
Yeah, I guess.
You've got to be smart enough to call the company. That's your job.
Well,
That's your job.
He took advantage of me. He
So
really
take
did.
advantage of you. What does that have to do with me? You gave him money, you invested in either him or the company. Clearly, you expected to get money back. You expected
Yes,
to
I
get
did.
your money back
Yes,
from
I
the
did.
company.
No,
Because
it
that's
was a
what you said in your sworn complaint. When the company made a profit, you expected to get your money back. That's what you said.
Well, I expected him to let me know what was going on. There was no papers filed about the company whatsoever.
My
I put it
dear,
in-
there were no papers filed that this was a loan.
And
There were no papers filed that this was a loan.
then I do have...
I, Mr. Bona, agreed to repay Mr. Morris $5,000 within 2 years because the money she gave me is a loan.
I have 2 personal receipts that were signed by him, too.
For?
$2,000 and $500 apiece.
That has nothing to do with this. What are you bringing this in for? I'll see those.
Okay.
Let me see. Let me see those.
He promised to pay me back.
Shh, just a second. What is it? Now, this wasn't the $5,000. Is that right, Mr. Morris?
No, this is...
This wasn't the $5,000.
No.
So he promised to pay you these two things. I received $2,500 from Mr. Morris and promised to pay her back. I owe Janice DeMorris $2,500 for one engagement ring set, right? Now,
Yes,
you're not suing for any of this, but when he gives you a loan, he gives you a note.
But then when he agreed to come on the show, he comes over to my place and he goes, Janice, I'm going on the show for a favor for you. Just consider yourself a $5,000 hooker. And that's
Mr.
what
Morris,
he told me. It's
Mr. Morris,
ridiculous.
Mr. Morris, he may not be a nice person, madam.
No, he's not.
Very good. You gave him $5,000 anticipating this company was going to make money. It didn't make money. It went out of business. You should have kept better
Where's
track
the
of your
proof?
money. Your case
Where's
is
the
dismissed.
proof?
Goodbye.
Yeah, this is case number 257 on the calendar in the matter of Michaud versus Canfield. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
Miss Michaud, you have a teenage daughter who's been giving you some trouble, I gather. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And it is your claim that the defendant, who also has a teenager who's a little bit of a problem, the defendant assisted your daughter in running away from a shelter where she was placed. During the course of this running away, she committed a series of crimes for which you have been held responsible for the fines.
Yes, ma'am.
And you are suing her for interfering with your daughter's custody,
Yes, ma'am.
which caused you not only emotional distress, which you are suing for, but also the payment of these fines that you had to pay through the courts for the various crimes that your daughter committed while on the run.
Correct.
And you say that that was facilitated by the defendant's conduct in harboring her.
Correct.
The defendant says that she didn't know that all of this problem was going to develop when she went and picked your daughter up from a gas station where she had placed a call, that she in fact tried to get her to return and turn herself in when she found out that she had done some of these things, that she was really only trying to help.
Yes, ma'am.
Where's your daughter?
Over there.
This
in the black, ma'am.
Step up here. What's your first name?
Amber,
How old are you, Amber?
17,
How old were you when all this trouble started? 17 or 16?
16.
Does the defendant have a daughter who's a friend of yours?
She used to be my friend.
What's her name?
Lissy,
Spell it.
Lissy.
Now, where were you and Lissy? Were you in a facility, in a shelter?
We were in Antrim Girl Shelter together.
And how did you get to this girls' shelter?
I was put in the girl shelter for not going home for a week, the week I stayed at Lissy's house.
So your mother put you there.
No, the judge put me there because I was on probation and I was court ordered
You
to
were
be
on
home.
probation for what?
A lot of stuff. I don't remember exactly.
Well, were you on probation for stuff that involved your mother or stuff that involved the rest of the community, like shoplifting and stealing?
Stuff that involved the rest of the community.
So you had been arrested for committing a series of petty crimes.
Yes.
You were placed on probation. A condition of your probation was that you were to stay at home
Yes.
and have a curfew and
Yes.
do all the other things that a normal 16-year-old does.
Yes.
And you violated your probation according to you. I'm just trying to put this in English so that everybody, including Bird, understands it.
Okay.
So you were told that you had to do everything right and then you wouldn't go to jail.
Yes.
But you didn't. You went to stay at Miss Canfield's house with Lissy for a week.
Yes.
And then you were placed in this shelter by the judge because you violated the terms of your probation.
Yes.
When were you placed in the shelter with Lissy?
We met up in the shelter. I've been to the shelter like 3 times. And we met up there the first time I was there. And then it was Thanksgiving time. I stayed at her house because my probation officer told me that if I didn't stop getting in trouble, he was going to put me back in the shelter. So I went and stayed at Lissy's house. And then I decided to go home the day after Thanksgiving. And then I got sent to the shelter.
She was arrested the day after Thanksgiving, Your Honor. She called me from the Canfield residence and asked me if I was going to call the cops if she came home. I told her I wouldn't. When I hung up from her, I called the police station and told them, my daughter's on her way home. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to call you and tell you that she's here, and hang up the phone. And when she pulled in the driveway in the Canfield truck, I called the Dover Police Department and said, Amber's home, and hung up the phone. And the next thing I know, there was cops everywhere. And I did not inform her that I was going to do that. I did it because I needed to protect her. She wasn't protecting herself.
Okay. Had you, in fact, called Mrs. Canfield during this Thanksgiving week when she wasn't at the shelter?
No, ma'am, I did not. I did not know where my daughter was the week of Thanksgiving. I didn't know about Mrs. Canfield and Lizzie, other than Lizzie was Amber's friend. Amber would ask to go to Lizzie's house before Thanksgiving, and I let Amber go, not knowing the type of home that it was at the time.
Well, why didn't you know?
I guess ignorance on my part. Amber just said it was a friend of hers.
That's your job to know.
Yes, ma'am.
If you let your daughter, who's been in trouble before, go to a girl's house, and I assume you knew that she met Lizzie at the shelter, right?
I wasn't sure where she had met Lizzie.
Well,
I've met
did you
Lizzie.
ask the question, where did you meet Lizzie?
No, ma'am.
You're trying to place blame on this lady.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm coming back to you and I'm saying, maybe partially her fault, but let's come back to you. What information did you have or should you have had with proper exercise of your parental responsibility? What quality information could you have gotten if you asked a few questions or did a little digging? You would have found out that Lizzie was a girl that she met at the shelter, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So that would have told you one thing. Trouble! Then when she said, I want to spend some time at Lizzie's house, say, okay, I'm going to get in the car and go over to Miss Canfield's and we're going to have a chat because just because you met her at the shelter, maybe she's not a girl who's all bad. Maybe it would be good for you to be together. But let me speak with Mrs. Canfield and find out what kind of a lady she is, what kind of a house it is, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You did none of that.
No, ma'am.
So there's a little, on your side, a little blame.
Yes, ma'am.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
What gives you the right to say if I can't deal with my daughter and she's bipolar?
Amber's bipolar,
This one's
Your Honor.
probably bipolar too.
Yes, ma'am.
Possible bipolar, possible just bad.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Gail Michaud says when her daughter, 17-year-old Amber Burley, ran away from home, she was aided by Lisa Canfield. Gail says during that time, Amber committed a series of crimes.
Now, when you ran away, Amber, you committed another series of crimes, am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Like, what did you do?
When I left the shelter, I left with their van and...
The shelter's van.
Yeah.
How industrious of you.
Yes, it wasn't good on my half, and I also took allowance money.
What do you
to
mean
where I was
allowance
going.
money? Whose allowance money?
Like, they put all the girls' allowance money in one.
All the girls, not
Yeah.
just your allowance, but so you stole money from the
Yes.
shelter. So you stole both the van and money.
Yes.
And you left with Lissy?
Lissy was at home. She had called me and told me that she was coming to get me because I had court in 2 days and I was supposed to go to the youth detention center.
Sounds like a perfect place for you.
Well, Lissy called and told me she was coming to get me, and then I called her house back and I talked to her mom and I informed her mom that I was coming.
Is that what she said to you?
No, Your Honor, that's not
What
what
did she say?
said. She had called a couple days before and had talked to Lissy, and then at one point had left a message on the answering machine for Lissy. I didn't realize she was going to leave placement at that time.
But you went and picked her up according to the complaint that I read.
A couple nights later at 2 o'clock in the morning, she called me and said she had been in an accident, and I didn't know that she had stolen the van. I didn't know that's how she had left placement, Your Honor.
Yes?
When I called Lissy, I told Lissy.
I'm not talking about Lissy, I'm talking
when
about
I
her
called
mother.
her mother, I told her mother that I stole the van and the money. I got into a car accident and I needed a ride home. And I told her that I'd give her...
Baloney!
That's not what she said.
Bull! I don't believe that you told her I stole.
Okay.
I stole the van and I stole money. Please come and get me because I had an accident. That I don't believe. I might believe that you said to her I had an accident and then later on she found out that you had stolen the van. But I don't believe that you right up front said to her I stole the van. Why would she come pick you up? Is she crazy?
Because I gave her $50 for coming to get me. With the stolen money, I said, can you please come and get me? I will give you $50. And
That
she
I
came and got me.
believe. That you said to her, please, I was in an accident, come and get me, I'll give you $50. That I believe.
After I told her that I stole the money.
That I don't believe.
I did.
I mean, I don't know anything about her. All I know about you is that you're a liar, that you're a thief, that you place your needs over the needs of everybody else. So if I have to rely on my common sense would dictate to me that when you got on the phone at 2 o'clock in the morning, you wouldn't say anything that would turn off an alarm in her head and say, I better not get involved with this, that you would say, please, I had an accident, come and get me, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. And she said, I don't think I want to do that. And you said, I'll give you $50. if you come and get me. And she may not be the nicest person. I mean, I may not entrust her with my grandchildren, but she doesn't sound to me like she's psychotic. You'd have to be psychotic to come and pick you up when you told her, I stole the van that I'm in, and I stole the money that I have, and I'm going to give you $50 of the stolen money. That doesn't jive with my common sense. In any event, you should have known better, Miss Canfield, because you knew where your daughter met her. You knew a lot more about her than just that she was a nice young girl from around the neighborhood that your daughter was palling around with. So you should have kept your nose out of other people's business.
Well,
right?
what was I didn't feel right leaving her in the middle of a snowstorm.
Tell her to call the police.
In a car accident.
Tell her to call the police, Miss Canfield.
I didn't do that. I just...
Well, I know you didn't do that, but you should have.
Yeah, well, I probably should
Well,
have.
you should have. Why didn't you say to her, why don't you call your mother?
Because she told me her mother doesn't have a license.
When did she tell you her mother doesn't have a license?
A long time ago, when she first started coming to our house.
Call another relative. Do you understand what I mean, Miss Canfield?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So you understand that I believe that either through your own stupidity or whatever, you aided her in doing the wrong thing.
And that was not my intention, Your Honor.
Well, it may not have been your intention, but that's exactly what you did. When you went to pick her up, before you went, you did call her mother and tell her, I'm going to pick up your daughter.
Not at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Why not?
Because I didn't even have her phone number.
Why didn't you say to her, give me your mother's phone number? I wanted to know where you are.
Because I figured if she wanted to call her mother, she would have.
There's your problem. She's 16.
And I know that she had some problems with her mother before. That's why she came to my house at Thanksgiving.
That's not your business. You chose to let that be your business.
Because I feel bad for kids sometimes?
You having trouble with your own daughter?
Yes, and that's why I feel bad for kids sometimes.
That doesn't make you a poster mom for Dr. Spock.
No,
that
it
makes
doesn't.
That makes you somebody who's had trouble rearing their own teenage daughter and doesn't make you an expert in child rearing. So you don't have enough parental skills to take care of your own daughter. What gives you the right to take care of somebody else's daughter who's a problem?
That has not, bipolar has nothing to do with parental skills.
Oh, yes, just a second.
It's a disorder.
Just listen to me very carefully. I haven't heard that she's been diagnosed with being a bipolar.
My daughter has.
But what gives you the right to say if I can't deal with my daughter and she's bipolar?
Amber's bipolar,
This one's
Your Honor.
probably bipolar too.
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe. You know, a lot of bad behavior has been attributed to a lot. They always like to put a label on things. You know, label instead of just being a rebellious teenager, just being somebody who is naughty, just being somebody who is undisciplined. Possible bipolar, possible just bad. People don't like to use that term. But it is possible. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You believe that Miss Canfield is responsible for all your troubles with regard to this incident. Is that right?
No, ma'am, I don't believe she's responsible for all of them.
Good. You are at least partially responsible. You should have known where
Yes,
she
ma'am.
was.
Yes,
You should have known who Miss Canfield was. You should have visited her home.
Yes, ma'am.
You should have gotten some information about her before you let your daughter go there.
Yes, ma'am.
Stop moving around. Sorry. Okay. Now, what would the extent of your fines?
Right now, I'm still pending fines for something that also took place while I was at Miss Canfield's house. Me and her daughter went to a car dealership and took a bunch of cars. We took them to Miss Canfield's house. They were there for 2 days, and then we woke up one day and decided we were going to go see my dad. So we took one of the cars to Lissy's mom's work. We showed her the car. We told her that we were going to go up to my dad's. And then Lissy decided to go with her boyfriend. I went with my dad. I ended up in a high-speed chase.
You went with your dad?
Yes.
Did your father say, where did you get the car from?
My father called the police on me.
And is that when you got into the high-speed chase?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that where you were finally apprehended?
Nope, I was caught at Miss Canfield's house 3 days later.
I see. So you beat the police in the chase?
Yes, and I went to a phone and called Lisa and asked her to come get me.
I see. So in this high-speed chase, you lost them at the border of New Hampshire.
Nope, they followed me all the way to Dover. They were right behind me. We just jumped out of the car, and because it was the town that I lived in, we knew it, and the police officer didn't, so we all just
Who's
ran.
the we? All.
There was me, Randy, Nicole, and Brittany in the car.
Where'd you get them from?
Lisa's house.
No, they weren't at my house.
Where did you meet them?
Nicole is my best friend. I've known her since I was 12. And
Does she have any psychiatric problems?
No.
Huh?
No, ma'am.
So she's not bipolar.
No, she's not.
And who else?
Not yet.
I met Randy at Miss Canfield's house.
So how long do you know Randy?
I knew him for like 2 weeks.
He's not bipolar, is he?
He's not. I don't know if he's bipolar.
You don't think you're nuts, do you?
I was. Not no more.
Oh, good. Maybe it was the 5.5 months you spent in the juvenile facility.
Yeah.
When you were in the juvenile facility, I'm really curious about this. Were you on medication?
Yes.
How often?
I took 900 milligrams of lithium once a day.
And now?
Same thing. It's court ordered for me to take it.
You staying closer to home these days?
I live with my mom now.
I asked you if you're staying closer to home.
Yes.
You doing anything like going to school?
I recently enrolled back in high school, and I participate in community service at youth resources.
Not voluntarily, I assume.
Yes, voluntarily.
What happened as a result of stealing the van and stealing the money?
I got a $650 fine, and I spent 5 months and 3 days in the youth detention center.
Oh, well, that's an eye-opener. Did you like it?
No, I didn't.
I assume not. And I assume that you would prefer not to go back there.
No, never.
No, never. You know what the youth detention facility is like after spending 5 months there?
Yes, I do.
Paradise compared to adult jail. Paradise. Miss Canfield, did there ever come a time when your daughter and Amber came to your house and had a couple of cars with them?
When a
The answer is either yes or no.
I was at work, so I'm trying to answer you the best I can. I know the car, one of the cars was there because it drove over my septic system, and I saw where it drove over when I got home.
What kind of car was it?
I have no idea.
Was it a new car or an old car?
It was new.
New car?
Yes.
Didn't you ask about it?
Well, it wasn't at my house when I got home. I just know there had been a car at my home because it drove over the back lawn.
Didn't you ask about it?
Yes.
And what did your daughter tell you?
She said they had taken a car, and I told them to take it back.
Did you call the police?
No, I did not.
Look, your problem, Miss Canfield, in all of this is that I gather from the papers that you either were found guilty or pled guilty in the criminal court to somehow interfering with the plaintiff's custody of her daughter. Is that true?
In order to get the deal, I had to plead guilty to all charges.
There you go. So you pled guilty?
Yes, I did.
Ms. Canfield, as I indicated to you before, even if I didn't find that you were responsible in any way for this young lady's antics, you already acknowledged that you were responsible for this young lady's antics, at least partially responsible by your guilty plea in the criminal court.
Well,
I think that her mother is more responsible than she's willing to acknowledge in not making sure where her daughter was.
Ma'am, I take responsibility for what
Good. Well, then you're suing
do
the
in my
plaintiff for $5,000. That includes your emotional distress, part of which you're responsible for,
Yes, ma'am.
and the fines. So I think so far she's responsible for all the fines, and you're responsible for your own emotional distress. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $650. That's it.
Yeah, this is case number 226 on the calendar in the matter of Yankowski versus Schaefer. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Ms. Yankowski, you rented a room from the defendant. It was a short-term arrangement. You weren't happy. He wasn't happy. You claim he owes you money. That money is from your security deposit, which he didn't return. And you also want a whole bunch of punitive damages. Because how much was your security deposit?
$450.
$450. But you're suing him for $2,000 because you say he aggravated you. He says that you're a troublemaker, that you used up your security deposit because you made a big mess. And he's counterclaiming for $1,600 because he says you owe him for rent, punitive damages. You caused him to lose a tenant, and you aggravated him. So he wants a whole bunch of money from you. Don't people know how to, if things don't work out, just to go their separate ways and say goodbye?
If they did, we wouldn't be in business.
When did you rent the room, Miss Yankowski?
I moved in on June 8th.
You found them through an ad in the paper, through...
Through a rental service. You pay money, they give you a listing.
How much was the security deposit?
$450.
Is that right so far?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was the rent for the room?
The rent for the room was $450 plus utilities.
How long did you stay?
A month.
And you paid for the month that you were there?
Yes.
During that time, he gave you a 30-day notice to leave?
Yes.
Is that right, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Why did you keep her security deposit?
First of all, she caused some damages to my home.
Tell me.
After I gave her the 30 days notice, she was going around slamming cabinet doors that were just remodeled, and they bent.
The cabinet doors bent?
Yes.
What kind of substance did you remodel them with?
Wood.
And she bent the wood? Mr. Schaefer.
I can show you easier than I can tell you. Sure. And she also left water on the floor during her showers. Here's the cabinet door that she bent. And this is also, she was throwing away the silverware in the trash after I gave her notice.
Did you slam this door and cause this damage?
No, I didn't.
What makes you think she did that, sir?
I was in the room when she did it. I watched her do it.
Show me how she did that. Describe to me how she did that.
She was going under the sink. She took the door and slammed it.
Yeah?
That's what she did. And
No,
that's
that
what,
doesn't happen as a result of slamming a door. No. What else?
the damage to the floor and the wall in the bathroom.
Let's take a look at that. Danielle refused to wipe up water after her showers. I had to do it for her. Water damage on the floor and wall. Looks like you didn't take really good care of his property.
There was a towel on the floor in the bathroom that I used every time I took a shower. There was also another female living in the house, and every time
Another tenant?
Yes.
Was the other tenant also using this bathroom?
Yes, she was.
Didn't have a different bathroom?
No.
Okay. Now, what else are you suing for? And let's make the other stuff fast, because I have a low tolerance level for nonsense.
Well, the entire time I was there, he pretty much made my life a living hell.
That's a good reason to move.
Yeah, with sexual harassment and...
Like what?
Like, we were watching that movie, Monsters Ball with Halle Berry. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but in that movie, she's naked. And he made the comment, "Oh, well, that's what your body looks like naked." I was just like, okay, how would you know? And he's just like, well, I can kind of tell.
True.
We were sitting at dinner one night, and he mentioned how big my breasts were and what they looked like naked. I was on the phone with a guy one night. When I got off the phone, he's just like, oh, who is that? The only reason he'd be calling you is if he had sex with you. Use a different word. He told me that the only reason any guy would ever talk to me is if he had a sexual interest in me. One night I had a guy come over. He was coming over, he was going to pick me up, we were going to go out. The next morning he asked me, oh, so did you guys have sex? And it's just like little comments like that.
Did it bother you?
Oh, yeah.
Did he really irritate you?
Oh, yeah. And then
So you were planning on moving?
Yes.
Because he was acting like a jerk?
Yes.
He didn't touch you?
No.
Did he? He just made sexual innuendos. Like a jerk?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you met jerks like that before?
Yes.
It's not the last one you're going to meet.
I know. I know.
If he said it, and I don't know, Mr. Schaefer, I don't know if he said it, but if he said it, it's a jerk. You were going to move. He gave you a 30-day notice before you gave him notice. Goodbye. You get your security deposit back. Go and be happy. Anything else you want?
Well, I mean...
Anything else you want?
No.
Perfect. Now, what do you want?
First of all, I want her to pay for the damages to the house.
She's not paying for the damages to the house, sir.
Okay.
You had more than one tenant, and there is no way that I can tell which one of the two girls who showered got water on the wall.
Okay.
Next.
She moved her brother into my home, into her bedroom, and I told her that she wasn't allowed to sublease.
So?
So she was having her brother live there, and he was going to my neighbors, telling them that I was and slandering me.
What difference does it make with regard to this lawsuit if her brother was saying something? What does that have to do with her?
Because she brought him into my home.
Did you ever hear the expression, "I am not my brother's keeper"? That's from a very old book. Very old. Next.
She went to my tenant and was telling her things.
Where's your tenant?
She moved out with her.
Were you there when she made remarks to your tenant about you?
Yes.
Oh, good. What did you hear her say about you?
That I was making sexual remarks to her, which I wasn't. The only sexual remark that was actually said was when she was walking down the hallway. One day I asked her what was going on, and she said she came out of her bedroom saying that she was masturbating feverishly. That's
my God.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
I had no idea any of this was going on at all.
My mother was in tears. I was in tears.
I'm thinking my wife left me before I got married, but I don't know what's going on.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Danielle Yankowski says landlord Rick Schaefer owes for the return of her security deposit and for making inappropriate comments of a sexual nature.
Sir, I don't understand what you're suing her for.
Well, I lost a tenant because of her. She didn't know the tenant.
I have no idea whether you lost a tenant or not because of her. The tenant's not here. Even if it's true, the tenant wasn't happy, the tenant can leave. But you can't tell me the reason that the tenant moved because that's in somebody else's mind. I find that I cannot determine who caused the water splatter in the bathroom because you had more than one tenant using the bathroom. And her brother said things about you that were not nice. Is that right?
Yes.
So what do you want?
I didn't want her to bring anyone in the house in the first place.
So she did. So you evicted her, right?
Yes.
If you weren't unhappy with her, you wouldn't have given her a 30-day notice, right?
Right.
She was a good tenant and someone that you were satisfied with. Everything would have been cool, right?
Right.
So you did what you were supposed to do. Give her a 30-day notice and say, bye, return a security deposit, and you all go your separate ways. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $450. Your counterclaim is dismissed as nonsense. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She was threatening me.
He figured that he wouldn't be able to sleep with me and, decided that he...
Lady Christina Esteras kept her deposit, owes money for the utility bills, and left her cat in the apartment for 4 months.
Order. All rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. Your Honor, this is number 93 on the calendar in the matter of Bishop versus Esteras. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Have a seat, sir. Have a seat.
Miss Bishop, you rented a condo from Miss Esteras. According to your complaint, the rent was $700 a month. You lived there for a while, left, and she retained some of your security deposit. How much did she retain?
She retained all but...
How much was your full security deposit?
$700.
And how much did she give you back?
She gave me back $454.07.
Now, I have a countersuit by you for $2,000. Quite frankly, Miss Esteras, I don't understand what it's for. But I assume you're going to tell me what this $2,000...
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. A minute. You found her apartment how?
It was in fair condition. There was no...
No, how did you find the apartment?
Oh, I'm sorry. I answered an ad in the newspaper. The ad said elegant condo, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, room in the condo, and it said it was located in Beverly Hills, and the rent was $600 a month.
Was she supposed to be living there at the same time?
No, she said one of the conditions was that she was moving to San Francisco. She had an apartment there. She had work there. She would never be at the condo, and that my cat and I could move into the condo.
So you stayed for a while.
Well, I brought in all my... She had no furniture, nothing. So I brought in all of my furniture, my artwork, high-end artwork.
Okay. And then how long did you remain before you vacated?
I vacated March 24th. They gave her notice on February 28th of this year, 1997.
So you vacated 3/24?
Yes.
And had you paid for March's rent?
Yes, I
I
had.
assume you had. Is that correct, Miss Esteras? Is it correct that you paid March's rent?
Correct that she paid March's rent, which was the last deposit, yes.
Fine. Now, can you tell me why you retained part of her security deposit?
Oh, absolutely, Your Honor. I terminated her lease, which I sent her a letter, because of the fact that she did not pay the electricity bill. And in my rental agreement, it says here that she will be responsible for all the electricity, and I, on the other hand, will be responsible for the water, the gas, and amenities, which comes to a total of $200 a month. Here are all my receipts indicating that I paid the $195 per month to the Home Association.
Does this lease provide that you pay the electric?
Yes.
Well, then what
happened, Your Honor, is this. On February 5th, she had the electric put into my name, and the way I found out about it was without my knowledge, without notice. The electric company notified me that I needed to pay an $85 deposit, or they were going to shut off the electricity. I was not aware of it at all during that time.
What you're complaining about really is that you put the electric bill in your name without your permission.
Or knowledge.
Or knowledge. Did you do that?
No, Your Honor. Actually, I notified her on several occasions that my bill was past due, and I called them up, and she says, oh, well, I'm going to make arrangements. She never made arrangements. Then she'd leave me letters saying that
Miss
she was...
Esteras, could you close that?
Oh, sorry. she leave me...
I asked you a question.
Yes.
My question was a simple one. It requires a yes or a no answer. I'm going to say it again because maybe you didn't understand me the first time. Did you cause the bill to be put in her name?
Absolutely.
Well, first you just told me no a second ago.
I definitely did after my
So
phone
the
bills
answer
were-
is yes.
Yes.
All right. So you called the company and said put the bill in
Definitely.
in her name. You
Right.
can't do that.
Well, I did it because...
Well, but you can't do it. You told me why you did it. You did it because she said that the bills were
because
delinquent.
she didn't pay my bills. Why should I have bad credit? She gave me bad credit.
Yeah, but you can't call somebody and say, I want you to put a bill in somebody else's
Well, I
name.
told her previously that I was doing it, so there's
Well,
that.
let me
She
ask you
knew
this
about it.
question, Miss Estrus.
What?
Did you tell them who you were when you called the phone company?
Of course,
Or did you
and
say...
I told Betty that I was putting it in her name.
And
Listen, you're an outright liar. Please be
Miss
quiet while I'm
Estrus,
speaking.
Miss Estrus, I don't believe you, madam, that any utility company will open an account in somebody else's name unless that person calls them.
Well, she gave me all the information to open it. I told her that I was putting it in her name. I had her information.
Well, I know you had her information. You mean her social security number and that sort of thing. You must have had that in order for you to open the account, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you had her permission to do it. We understand each other?
Yes, we do.
All right. They don't keep me around here because I'm gorgeous. They keep me around here because I'm smart. Now, you're suing her for $2,000. I'd like you to tell me why.
Okay. I'm going to start off with the damage.
All right.
The carpet cleaning. Here's all the...
I don't want to see that. I have, tell me what the damage.
Okay, the damage is where she has wine stains on the carpet. We tried to get them out. There was holes in the carpet, and she had the whole place with paintings everywhere. So there's holes all over the walls. We had to go in and replaster the walls and repaint everything.
So what'd you give her back $454 for?
Because at that point, that's all I had accounted for. I'm not living at that apartment, so all I could account for was the screens and the cat that wrecked my blinds and the electrical bill. That was the paperwork I had in front of me. She told me how many days I had left to get this back or I was in trouble. I have her letter right here.
You know, you may talk fast, but in order to convince me, you have to talk logically.
Okay.
Because otherwise, I think you're full of baloney. Listen to me. Listen to me. Well, listen to me. I'm going to explain why to you. If you knew about the screens that you say she damaged, if you knew about the blinds, which you say she damaged, right, then you would have had to have gone into the apartment and seen holes in the wall that you said she made, wine stains on the carpet that you said she was responsible for. You had to have done that.
Correct, Your Honor, but can I explain something to you? I had to leave for Puerto Rico the next day. So all I could take care of is what I had to take care of at that time.
All right, now let's go to this. You say, assuming that she damaged the screen, assuming that she had wine stains on the carpet, how much was that all together to have fixed?
That was $2,000 in addition to...
Just a minute! That's out of the question. Show me bills for $2,000 for that.
Okay, sure. And my mother has all the...
I'm not interested in your mother. Show me the bills for $2,000 to fix the screen and to clean the carpet.
Okay, here you go.
Men and materials. What is this piece of paper here?
Do you want to explain, Mother?
I want you to explain.
Because my mother had to supervise it. I was not in town.
Supervise
that amazing.
What?
She had to supervise the fixing of the holes in the plaster in the walls, and that's how much they charge. And she paid for it. And you want to talk to her about it? Lucy, why don't you stand up, please?
Gonna put a robe on her or what?
Judge Judy will continue in a moment. And later today...
It seemed like whenever the payments come due, we're broke up and everything, but she comes around lollygag and swapping slobbers with me.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Betty Bishop is suing her Beverly Hills landlady, Christina Esteras, for her deposit, utility bills, and care of her cat for 4 months.
Problem is, when you try to fool somebody, you always get caught, especially in a court.
Well, I'm not trying to fool anybody.
Oh, sure you are. You didn't replace a carpet. You got an estimate.
No, I got an estimate. Correct.
You got an estimate. You didn't pay us a penny.
That's true. Did I say I paid
in
a
the
penny?
living room
I
and
said
the
an
bedroom.
estimate. That's what she owes me.
Give me a break. Listen, bottom line is, you gave her back a certain amount of money. And I don't believe your excuses that you were going to Puerto Rico and you had to leave the next day and all that other kind of stuff. I think what happened is you filed a countersuit against her when she sued you. Right? Is that right?
Of course that's right.
As far as I'm concerned, there are certain things here that maybe,
Your Honor, I was told
she's responsible for. Maybe. But when you tried to pad it.
There's no padding.
Oh, of course there is. Of course there is. Now, you are responsible, madam, for the electric bill, because that's what it says. That's $85. Now, I don't know what the other...
Your Honor, could I...
$246 is. What's the other $246?
Here we go. This is the check that my mother had to pay. That was $58.50. And here's the repair on the 3-day blinds. And here's what that we bought the blinds right after Betty had moved in. Brand new blinds. They were $200, and her cat destroyed them. He's my witness. He saw that her destroyed them.
Just a second. Did you say? Oh, you said telling me, madam, that this witness saw her cat destroy the blinds. Is that what you're telling me? Step up, sir.
How you lie?
Say not a word. Tell me your name.
My name Warren.
Warren?
Yes.
What's your last name?
Satinu.
Sir, I want you to tell me whether, now look at me very carefully.
Yes.
I want you to tell me whether you saw her cat destroy blinds.
I saw her cat play with the blind.
You saw her cat play with them. Did you see any damage to the blinds when the cat was playing with them?
When they by the window.
Either you're not following me or you got her disease, sir.
No.
Listen to me.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you see the cat play with the blinds and cause damage to the blinds?
Yes, I do.
Tell me about it.
The cat basically like to stay by the window.
Yes.
And then basically they scratch the screen, and when the blind, sometime when the blind out, the cat just go to where the rope and the blind, where the mini blind.
Yeah. So you actually saw the cat destroy the blind, or you just saw the cat playing with the blinds?
Actually, you see the cat destroy the blind.
I don't believe you.
Your Honor.
It's basically play where the rope is.
I believe that you saw the cat play where the rope was.
Yeah.
That's not my question to you, sir. My question is, did you see the cat damage the blind? Not play with the blind, but damage it?
No, sir.
Right. Now sit down.
Your Honor. Your Honor.
Just a second.
Your Honor, may I add something that I think is a very important piece of information right now that hasn't been brought up to this point? And that is that Mrs. Steros, when she left the next day after I moved in, said she would return in a week or two to get her cat, which was much larger and heavier than mine. She did not pick her cat up for 4.5 months later, which meant that I had to care for her cat.
What'd you leave your cat in her apartment
Well,
for?
I didn't leave my cat in her apartment.
Didn't you? Just a minute.
No, my mother came and got the cat.
Oh, just a second. When did your mother come and get the cat?
It was in January that she came and got the cat.
And when did you rent?
The cat did damage my, those screens were brand new. And that cat damaged those screens and the
How
blinds.
long did you leave your cat in the apartment with her?
I left the cat in the apartment with her for 3 months, and she agreed to take care of the cat.
All right.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
We get to swapping slobbers and sticking her tongue in my ear and stuff, and I forget everything.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Betty Bishop is suing her Beverly Hills landlady, Christina Esteras, for her deposit, utility bills, and care of her cat for 4 months.
You are suing her for $246.
Correct.
I am charging you for the electrical bill of $85. But she owes you $161, the rest of your security deposit that she withheld.
Plus.
You, madam.
Plus.
Plus
I
nothing.
had damage.
Plus nothing.
Okay.
$161. You, madam, are countersuing up for $2,000. You are entitled to zero, nothing. The countersuit is dismissed. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $161.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Then what about my blinds? Are you saying that she didn't do that either?
And now the next case.
Parties on Hawkins versus Steimel. Step forward, please.
Retired builder Gary Harkins is suing professional psychic 43-year-old Evelyn Steimel for a video camera he says she was supposed to pay off when they were dating.
Mr. Hawkins, according to your papers, sir, you were dating the defendant on and off for a couple of years, and last Christmas you bought her a camcorder.
That's correct.
So this camcorder was sort of half gift and half not.
I'm on a fixed income. I'm not able to work. I just had a liver transplant.
So tell me about this gift that you made to her.
Each person that I cared about, I spent about $100. All right, she wanted this camera real
Just a
bad.
sec. So you're saying each person on your Christmas list you were going to spend $100
Yes.
for? Okay.
But my son, my daughter, and she wanted a camera, and she wanted it before Christmas so she could take some Christmas pictures. I went down there. My credit is good. And what is it? I went to the store and asked them about a camcorder. Could they put it in her name? They could not put it in her name. I was willing to put in my name. I put $100 down on it for her Christmas present. And we made agreement that she would make the payments on the camera.
Okay, so it was a Christmas gift of just $100 and it went towards a camera.
Yes, ma'am.
How much was the whole camera?
$702.52.
702. Okay. Now, if I understand you correctly, sir, $100 of that was the gift.
Was a gift, yes.
So that brings it down to 602.
Yeah, 602.52.
Okay. Now, are you still dating him?
No, ma'am.
When was the last time you saw him?
Today, in court.
Prior to seeing him in court, where did you see him?
You mean on a dating period?
No. Prior to seeing him in court today, where did you see him?
Last week. To make a payment on a camera. Or actually, 2 weeks ago, I made a payment on a camera.
Where do you live?
In DeSoto, or I live now in St. Louis. My house burned. I lived in DeSoto, but I live in St. Louis, Missouri now.
And where does he live?
In DeSoto, Missouri.
How'd you get here?
I traveled by camper.
By camper?
Yes, ma'am.
Who came in the camper?
Myself and him, and I lied. I said I'd seen him today in a camper.
Lying is not a good thing to do.
No, it's not.
Now, I'm going to ask you again, do you still date him?
No, I don't date him.
But you just came with him?
We traveled together because I'm afraid of airplanes.
Okay. Did you discuss this camera on your trip?
No, not at all.
Now, you made some payments on this camera?
Yes, I've made $350 payments.
Is that right, sir?
No.
When you say you made $350 worth of payments, how did you make the payments?
I gave it to him in cash because that's the way he wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's filed this on me once before, and we went back together, and he dropped it. And now we're broke up again, and he filed it again.
Well,
I pay him cash. I paid him twice. It's
Just a
$100
second. Let me
each
take a
time.
look at this. Mr. Harkins, let me read you from what this says, sir. Your complaint that you swore to. Now, with us fighting and not getting along, half the time I'm stuck with a bill. That's what you said. So how could you tell me she didn't make any payments? Don't gulp.
No, I'm not gulping.
Well,
What is it?
but that's what you wrote here, sir.
Yeah.
You said half the time I'm stuck with the bill.
I am making all the
That's-
payments.
Listen.
I am making the payments. It seems like whenever the payments come due, we're broke up and everything, but she comes around lollygag and
Mr.
walking slobbers with me. And
Mr. Harkins, Mr. Harkins,
Yes.
listen to me very carefully, sir. A moment ago, you just said to me she hasn't made any payments.
No.
In your sworn statement, you said about half the time she hasn't made payments. Which one is true, sir?
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
Either you're lying now or you were lying when you swore to this complaint.
Sometimes, I go ahead and just make the payment because of she kisses pretty good, Your Honor. And what is it?
Oh, good.
And
Mr. Harkins, Mr. Harkins, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. This case is dismissed. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
Something wrong with me because I get once in a while. You know?
Gary, please, stop it.
Well, look at her. What's wrong with her? She smears lipstick all over me. I forget everything. Comes up there and what is it? Gary, let's forget about everything. Let's be good to each other and everything else. And we get to swapping slobbers and sticking her tongue in my ear and stuff. And I forget everything.